Hi Retro Gamers, welcome to my channel. Did you ever sold a game or a system and regret later? Well, when I was a kid, I sold my Spectrum with almost 100 games. The Spectrum was my first gaming system and I still love to play it today. Currently, I'm playing these two games, Alienation and Bulletstorm, and I'm loving both. But like I said, my old me, when I didn't have a brain, sold my Spectrum collection, and now as an adult, I'm buying some of these games back. For now I only have 10 games, this one that you can see in the picture. So let's start to talk a little about these games. And if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like or subscribe or both. Do what you think is the best for you. Okay, let's start. Double Dragon. I love Double Dragon. Double Dragon is one of my favorite franchises, and I played many times when I was a kid in the arcades. This is the first game that I played in the Spectrum, and I finished with a friend of mine playing in 2-player mode. I loved the game, and when I went back home, I asked my dad a Spectrum, and he gave me one for Christmas. Today, I can see that this port was not that good, and this game is light years behind Target Renegade, for example. But it was my first Spectrum game that I played, and I still felt a special affection for it. The Way of the Exploding Fist. Before I played this game, I played International Character, and I still today don't know which one I love the most. In my opinion, this one have better gameplay and graphics, but International Character we fight against two opponents at the same time, and we also have a bonus level. If I have to choose, probably I choose this one, because of the gameplay, and especially because of the roundhouse kick. Batman. This one is probably my third favorite Spectrum game, after Midnight Resistance and Target Renegade. I love Batman at the time, because of the Tim Burton movie, with Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson and Kim Basinger. And it was with great joy that I bought this game when I saw it for sale. And this one would not disappoint me. We drive the Batmobile and the Batplane through the city of Gotham until we defeat the Joker. The gameplay in all levels is very good. The game is a little hard, but in my opinion is not one of the hardest Spectrum games. Midnight Resistance. Midnight Resistance is by far my favorite Spectrum game. It was the first game that I finished alone in one-player mode, and I love it. This game was the source of my video game passion that I still have today, 35 years later. Many friends of mine and in many Facebook and social media posts, many people said that this game is very hard. For me, that finished this game almost every day when I was a kid, this game is very easy. Even today, I finish this game easily without losing a single life. I love this game so much that I also finish it in the Commodore Amiga. And I also have it in my arcade machine, and I bought it for the Sega Genesis a couple of years ago. Last year I was able to talk with Jim Beckley for making this game and telling him what this game means to me, and he was kind enough to reply my message. For those of you youngers that never played a Spectrum game, this is the right game to start. Target Renegade. This is my second favorite Spectrum game, and for many, the best Spectrum game ever made. And that is very easy to see why. The gameplay in this game is great, and playing in 2-player mode is even greater. The original Renegade was one of the best Spectrum games, and this one is even better. I still today prefer to play this game over many modern side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Pac-Mania. The first time I played Pac-Man was the original Pac-Man, and it wasn't in the arcades. It was this one, in my beloved Spectrum. I saw the game many times in the arcades, but I always prefer to spend my lunch money in fighting games. The original Pac-Man was one of the games with faster loading times, and that's why me and my friends play it a lot. Yet, my love for this franchise begins in Pac-Mania. I love the isometric view and the improved graphics, and I love that now we are able to jump to avoid enemies. The bad thing is, some enemies also have the same ability. Navy Moves. This was one of the hardest games that I ever played. Or I'm very bad at the game, because I struggle to finish the first level. We begin the game in the boat, and we must jump to avoid mines and also enemies in jet skis. Second level, we are diving underwater, where you must avoid being killed by sharks and other divers. Then, we drive a submarine where we fight gigantic octopus and a huge snake in the end of the level. In the last level, we are on foot inside of the enemy's base, armed with a machine gun. I still prefer the previous game in this franchise, Army Moves, but despite the difficulty, I also love this game. Bionic Command. Capcom is still today my favorite gaming company, and when I play games like this, it's very easy to me to see why I love them. I played this game in the original NES, and also play Bionic Command Rearmed that was released for the PC, PlayStation 3 and the Xbox a few years ago. This Spectrum port, in my opinion, is very good. What I like the most in this game is that our character don't jump, we use a grappling hook, just like Batman that I mentioned before in this video. The game is a little short, we finish in 12 or 15 minutes maybe, but the game is so fun that we always come back to play more. Street Fighter. I love the Street Fighter franchise. If someone asks me which one is my favorite game or video game franchise, I always answer The Legend of Zelda, because Street Fighter is much more than just a video game to me. I participate and help organize many Street Fighter tournaments, even when I was a kid. I love the competitive scene and I love the fighting game community and the fighting game tournaments. I lost count how many times I went to work almost without sleeping to see with my friends Street Fighter tournaments. The tournaments always finish very late because of the time zones. Street Fighter was for over 10 years the main event in the biggest fighting game tournament of all, the Evolution, in the Street Fighter 4 days. One of my biggest joys in life was in 2016 when I met the best Street Fighter pro player in the world, Daigo the Beast Umehara, in the local tournament. And he was very nice, and we even took this picture. Between taking a picture with Daigo or Cristiano Ronaldo, I would pick Daigo any day. And I also love Cristiano very much. The fighting game community is so united, so close, that is an example for us all. We don't care if you play PC, PlayStation, Xbox, we don't care about the color of your skin, your religion, your sex orientation. If you like fighting games, you are part of the family. About this sport, Street Fighter 1, even in the arcades, is not a very good game. Even I, that love Street Fighter, I don't like this first game. But of course that I have to buy this game. It was very good to see characters that I love, that are part of my life since I was a kid. Characters like Ryu, Ken, Sagat, and others like Ken, Eagle, Birdie in the Spectrum sprites. Café Paradise. Café Paradise is a Portuguese video game. Is a RPG. We control a good-hearted man that helps old ladies, and he also helps young ladies in many different ways. He helps the police, and he works in the coffee shop. Also, sometimes we save the money of the older ladies so they don't lose it. And like any RPG, we have our nemesis. That is a gentleman called Reinaldo. And I have the feeling that he don't like our character that much. But life isn't fair, and all good guys always have hard time. And in the end of this game, we always end up in prison. So that's it, gamers. This is my Spectrum collection. I hope I buy it more in the future. I also hope you like this video, and I also hope to see you in the next one. Please take care, and thanks for watching the video.